This is the official submission to the Christchurch City Council's draft long-term plan, delivered on behalf of the New Brighton Business and Landowners Association. Today, we look at the implementation of the Christchurch City Council's master plan for the New Brighton Commercial District, focusing on steps and stages of public realm investment required to implement what we refer to as a staged development process. What we are seeking to ensure is confirmed budgetary expenditure via the long-term plan, so that there is a solid framework of catalyst public space actions and confirmed timelines for private industry investment to partner into and to provide a confirmation of Christchurch City Council's commitment to the area and to the community. New Brighton has been identified as a key activity centre through the Land Use Recovery Plan and has also been recognised as an area of regional significance. With 24 kilometres of beach frontage, an actively utilised forest and recreation area to the north, an iconic civic structure in the form of the New Brighton Pier and Library, an estuary system of cultural and environmental significance to Christchurch, an enviable events calendar, significant green spaces throughout the suburb, and of course the Avon River system, with unlimited impacts locally and regionally. We truly believe that New Brighton can play a significant role in the future of Christchurch City. For over 3 years now, the New Brighton community has rallied together on every front. Community participation and collaboration is at an all-time high. The lines between community and business have merged for mutual benefit. The successes of these are at the initial stages of the staged development for the area. We are now at a stage of having a united vision and are looking towards the implementation of the planning that has occurred. We must at this point emphasise that we are not looking to a single project that will move New Brighton ahead. Rather, we look to ensure that a succession of successful and strategic, smaller scale public space actions are implemented and budgeted through the long-term plan, to provide confidence to drive investment capital and ensure a vibrant community and suburb for residents to work, live and play. As per any staged development, we feel we must start with the basics first. As it currently stands, there is a proportion of public and private spaces that are in a declined state. These must be addressed through operational budgets, ensuring that adequate and appropriate budgets are in place to address a myriad of local public space issues, bearing in mind that New Brighton is a suburb of regional significance. Without these budgets confirmed, the basic actions are currently not enabled. We seek that the Council immediately provides budgets through the long-term plan for the following: appropriate street cleaning and maintenance budgets, upgrades of dilapidated public toilets, appropriate changing of rubbish bins suitable to local environmental conditions, increased levels of service of all public spaces, gardens and footpaths, user-friendly drinking fountains, an overall view to increase aesthetic and amenity values of public spaces. As an initial stage, the benefits in this first year are all too apparent. The Council-led New Brighton Master Plan has been worked on extensively for 3 years now. One of the key actions to come through that master planning process was the extension of Oram Avenue to link Hawke Street through to Beresford Street. This has multiple benefits locally and has been met with wide approval from the business community and the community in New Brighton itself. What we see with this public space action is a redefinition of the mall in New Brighton from a north and south axis rather than an east to west axis. This also opens up new development potential on both the east and the western aspects of the new roading extension. We ask that Christchurch City Council appropriately budgets this public space action for the 2016-17 fiscal year, focusing not only on the purchase of the required holdings, but also appropriate budgets to build the new street layout. To coincide with this, we also see the need of an extension of the current budget allocated for the bus interchange as per the Council's New Brighton Master Plan. Currently, there's $104,000 to build new bus shelters in New Brighton. We feel this is inadequate, considering the regional significance of the area. Following on from the extension of Oram Avenue, we would look towards the shared spacing of Marine Parade as identified through the Council-led Master Plan. This would allow New Brighton to have an active retail frontage facing towards the beach, allowing strong connectivity between the foreshore and the commercial district. We would see that this would be budgeted in the 2017-18 fiscal year. Following the public space action of the extension of Oram Avenue and the shared spacing of Marine Parade, we look to an exemplar project in Rotorua called Eat Street. This is a public space project which has enabled private industry to partner in seamlessly to create a vibrant space. We urge the Christchurch City Council to look in a visionary aspect towards the utilisation of public space in New Brighton to enable commercial development. This we would see happening in the 2018-2019 fiscal year. Following the public space action of the extension of Oram Avenue and the shared spacing of Marine Parade and the introduction of an Eat Street concept to the pedestrian mall, we look towards the foreshore and the Legacy project for New Brighton. The Legacy project has been identified as saltwater hot pools located on the foreshore of New Brighton. However, we must view that this project is not in isolation of the greater development proposals, rather another step and stage. We look towards the budgeting allowance for this in 2019 fiscal year, focusing on the interconnectivity of the foreshore to the commercial district, inclusive of a boardwalk system to link the north and south ramp car parks together. What the New Brighton Business and Landowners Association is seeking from Christchurch City Council through the long-term plan is to ensure that there is a solid commitment through expenditure budgets for a general streetscape enhancement of New Brighton to coincide with the public space actions as identified previously. These are small-scale changes for New Brighton that have a significant impact on the commercial district. However, we must also note the outside of scope projects, one of those being the Pages Road Bridge. Pages Road Bridge is in a state of disrepair currently. It is a vital link to New Brighton. As it currently stands, the roundabout and traffic management system isn't appropriate for the area. We look to the LTP to also place appropriate budgets for general streetscapes, traffic enhancements through the area, and the Pages Road Bridge. The New Brighton Business and Landowners Association urges Christchurch City Council to acknowledge New Brighton as an area of regional significance and also to reinforce through budgetary commitments that New Brighton is a key activity centre as identified through the Land Use Recovery Plan. With 2 new high schools moving into zone in the 2018 year, the potential of a very strong link of a CBD to sea corridor via the Avon River system, we urge Christchurch City Council to work with the community, both business and residential, to move New Brighton ahead for a staged development process. We urge the budgets are appropriate through the LTP to enable this staged development to come to fruition. We in the community see a vibrant future for the area, and we urge you at Christchurch City Council to share that vision with us, the community. In summary, the New Brighton Business and Landowners Association wish to submit to the Christchurch City Council's draft long-term plan that the current budget allocations via the long-term plan for New Brighton are insufficient. We seek budgetary confirmation to implement the Council's master plan for New Brighton through a staged development, focusing on budget confirmation for aesthetics and amenity enhancement, with extensions on current operating budgets. Oram Avenue extension, adequate and appropriate budget confirmation for purchase and build. Bus interchange, an increase of budget allowance for an appropriate bus interchange as indicated through Council's master plan. Shared spacing of Marine Parade, ensuring there is a budget allocation for this action. Redevelopment of New Brighton Pedestrian Mall, confirmation of budget allowance for an Eat Street concept. Legacy project and redesign of the foreshore. Ensure that appropriate and adequate budgets are in place for the introduction of the Legacy project and linkages to the commercial district. General streetscape upgrades, ensuring budget allowance to progressively upgrade general streetscapes, inclusive but not limited to Pages Road Bridge. We seek that Christchurch City Council acknowledges New Brighton's place as a key activity centre and ensure that the budget allowance for the suburb reflects the visions of both the business and residential community. Ensure that via the long-term plan, the public body sets a framework of committed capital to enable staged development to occur, acknowledging the role of Council as a catalyst investor. There is extensive work to be carried out in New Brighton to truly move the commercial area ahead. Significant progress is occurring throughout the private holdings in New Brighton, with a large workload still to be completed. We simply ask that the Council plays its role to ensure a vibrant future for the area, showing its commitment via budgetary allowances and providing confidence to both businesses and the community. We would like it noted that we wish to speak to our submission at formal hearings, and we strongly urge Christchurch City Council to make the smart choices for our suburb.